So today we'll be discussing about this question which says that if S be that part of the surface of the paraboloid equation is given to be z is equal to 16 minus x square minus y square, which is above the plane z is equal to 0, and d be its projection on the xy plane. Then they are asking what is the area of S among all these four. Now here any option could be correct, right? This is a multiple select question, so that means either one or two or three or all of the answers might be correct. So you have to select the answers uh, keeping in mind this thing. Okay, so now in order to calculate the area of S, you should first know what is your S, right? And how can we define this S? So let's visualize this thing. Now this is the surface of the paraboloid z is equal to, so we are given z is equal to 16 minus x square minus y square, right? So now this is paraboloid. What is paraboloid? Paraboloid is the 3D version of parabola, right? So here, if we consider the general case, the parabola that we know, we already know y square is equal to 4ax. This is the horizontal parabola, right? Like this is x-axis, this is y-axis. If you take y square is equal to minus 4ax, so this is the horizontal parabola, but its direction reversed in the negative x direction, right? This is minus x-axis, this is positive x-axis, having center at origin. And if you take x square is equal to 4ay, so that means this will form the upward parabola here, having center at origin, vertex at origin, and is facing upwards in the positive y direction. And if you have x square is equal to minus 4ay, so it would be the parabola facing in the downward directions, having vertex at origin, right? So this is what you already know. Now I am relating this thing with that of this paraboloid. Now this equation x square minus y square is equal to z. So that means whenever you have the degree of x as 1, so the direction is towards x. If the degree of in this equation, say the degree of y is 1, so its direction is in y direction, and moreover according to the signs plus and minus, this direction is reversed, right? So accordingly here the degree of z is 1, so I can draw the 3D coordinates here. So it could be, say this is the z-axis, this is origin, and this is x-axis, and this is y-axis, suppose, right? So in this case your parabola would be towards the z direction. This thing is clear to you? And moreover here in this case, if this thing is shifted by so you can rewrite this equation. Let me rewrite first. So this equation would be, if you shift this x square and y square on one side, so you have x square plus y square, that is equal to 16 minus z. So you have this equation, and you can also write 16 minus z as minus of z minus 16. So this equation has now form of these kind, right? You have x square plus y square, and you have minus of z minus 16. So one thing is you have minus, that means it would be a negative z direction. So your parabola, this paraboloid will now face in the negative z direction. This is one thing. Another thing is that there is a displacement of 16 units in z. So if your equation had been this, x square plus y square is equal to minus z, so it would simply be a paraboloid which is starting from origin and it's facing the downward directions in the direction of z. So this would be some surface of the paraboloid. So you could assume it in this direction, right? So this would be a 3D structure. But now this whole thing is now shifted 16 units in the positive z direction. Minus 16 means we are shifting it towards positive z direction. So we are translating this thing. So basically we have the paraboloid. Suppose this is the 0.6. So paraboloid starts here at the point having x coordinate 0, y coordinate 0, and the z coordinate as 16, and we are having the paraboloid something like this in the negative z direction. So this would be a paraboloid, and moreover it will go up to infinity, right? So this is the 3D shape of this paraboloid. So your surface is the surface of the paraboloid, this one 16, z is equal to 16 minus x square minus y square, which is above the plane z is equal to 0. Now z is equal to 0 means you are here. So that means you could have every value of x and every value of y here. So z is equal to 0 is this plane xy, right? So this is your plane z is equal to 0. In this plane, so you are to take only that portion here which is above this plane. So that means the portion something like this and this one. So only this red portion is required here. So this is the portion that is the required surface. Now you could consider this to be a hollow ball which is placed on this xy plane facing towards the xy plane, right? So we are to calculate the area S of this particular surface S. So this is the structure. Now let us see out of these four which one represents the area of the surface. Now here we are not required to calculate the surface exactly, but we have to tell which integral tell you the area here, the correct value for integral. So for that we have to calculate some small area d of area. So if you know the small area, some small portion of area, so here suppose I am taking small disk here. So according to the small disk, so whatever is this portion, I am calculating that area. This is very thin slice of paraboloid. So whatever is this area, if I integrate that from the limits of z varying from 0 to 16, that means I'll be getting whole of this area. So let us first calculate the area of this black region. So it would be equal to whatever is this circumference of the circle and this length. Now this length, because this is not a straight line, so let me call this by ds, which is the small arc length. So ds here is the small arc length. And what is the circumference here? We have to see that. So it would be the circumference into ds. So this would be your small area, right? And if you wanted to calculate the total area, so you have to integrate this. So you have to integrate this over the whole area, right, over z. So this is what we are required to calculate here. Okay. So now what is the circumference here? The circumference C, or let me write it, circumference, this is equal to r into d theta, and the limits of theta, they vary from 0 to 2 pi. How? If you take this shape here and if you draw a circle like this, so it would have center somewhere here, and if from the center, so this center would be at the z-axis, right? And from this center, if you take some ray coming out from this, so here the value of r is 0, the value of r here is equal to that of circle. And what is theta here? If you wanted to take this circumference, so you will rotate this r in this particular direction of this circle, so you will obtain circumference here. So the angle here would move from 0 to 2 pi, so we are getting this as the circumference. Now this is the circumference, and moreover whatever is this length, so we have one more circle like this. So whatever is this length, say I am calling this to be this ds, the small arc length. So what is this ds? ds in 3 dimension is dx square plus dy square plus dz square, square root. Because in 2 dimension, if we are talking about this arc length, so what I can do, if I take a very small portion of this arc length, so I can draw a straight line. So corresponding to this, suppose this is ds, so and this is your x axis, y axis. So this small portion would be your dy and this small portion would be your dx. So accordingly we have 90-degree angles here. So it would be ds square is equal to dx square plus dy square. So in 3 dimension it would be ds square is equal to dx square plus dy square plus dz square. So accordingly you have this value of ds here. Now, if we wanted to convert this into polar coordinates, in polar coordinates, this quantity would become dr square. So it would be dr square plus dz square square root. So you have the value of ds as this one. Therefore, we will calculate this dz by dr. Now here, what you can do, you can take out dr common from this. So this will become 1 plus dz upon dr whole square root into dr. Now we have to calculate what is this dz by dr. Now in the equation of the given curve, we are given z is equal to 16 minus x square minus y square. This we are given. So what we can do, we can calculate the derivative of this z with respect to r. Now your r square, that is equal to x square plus y square. You already know that the relation between polar and Cartesian coordinates. Therefore this thing is 16 minus r square. So when you take the derivative of z with respect to r, you will get this thing as equal to minus 2r, and because so this quantity now become square root of 1 plus dz by dr is minus 2r. Its square would be 4r square into dr. So we have this as the value of ds. We have ds, we have circumference. So what is your area here? So your area here is described by the double integral and the value of circumference, that is r d theta, the value of this ds, that is 1 plus 4r square square root dr, right? And the limits of r and theta are required here, right? So here the limits of theta, they are simply from 0 to 2 pi. And what are the limits of r? So let's see the limits of r. The limits of r are obtained if you take the circle. For this circle, for this paraboloid, we have the equation z is equal to 16 minus x square minus y square. 16 minus x square minus y square. So now, if you wanted to calculate only the portion of this disk, for a portion of this disk, z is constant, because for this portion of disk, there is only one value of y. So we can write this equation as 16 minus x square minus y square is equal to 0. Or you obtain from here x square plus y square is equal to 16. So this is the equation of circle. This is the equation of circle having center at 0, 0 and radius as equal to 4. So that means whenever you talk about this ray, so this point here is 0 whenever you are talking about r. So this r is 0 here, and at this particular point the value of r is equal to 4, the radius of this circle, right? So accordingly we have the value for r as varying from 0 to 4. So this is our area. So let's see and look at our options. From the options you can see this integral over here. Integration 0 to 2 pi, integration 0 to 4, square root of 1 plus 4r square, r dr d theta gives you the area, right? So therefore we got one correct option as D. Now let's also see, now so obviously this won't, option C won't be your answer, because there is some r missing here, right? So C is not there. But what about A and B? Now A and B, they are defined over D. And what is D? D is the projection of the paraboloid onto the xy plane. So in this case, we are to tell what is among these A and B, what is true, right? So here, if you look at this, your area, so it would be written as the projection over D, And if you convert this integral into the Cartesian form, so let's convert this integral into the equivalent Cartesian coordinates. So in that case, if you remember, we have this relationship which tell you that the double integral in the Cartesian coordinates, suppose you have some function of x and y, these are the limits for x and y, right? And you have dx dy. This integral was equal to r and theta in polar coordinates. So this function now becomes of that of r and theta, and instead of dx dy we used to write the Jacobian, and here dr and d theta. Now Jacobian, when you take r is equal to, sorry, x is equal to r cos theta and y is equal to r sin theta, so you got the Jacobian as equal to r. So accordingly you got the limits r theta, f of r theta, r dr d theta. This is the value of Jacobian, which we have already calculated, right? So this integral becomes equal to this integral. So this is the conversion. Now we have this in polar coordinates, so we can directly convert this integral into the corresponding Cartesian integral. So where you have to replace this r d theta dr with dy according to this conversion, and this quantity is replaced with that of function of x and y here. So this area now becomes equal to the area defined over the projection in x and y, and instead of r dr we can now write dx dy, and instead of this function of 1 plus 4r square, now what is the value of r square in Cartesian coordinate? This is x square plus y square, so you can write 4x square plus y square here. So this becomes your conversion in the Cartesian coordinates. And what is this d? If you look at this figure again, the projection of this paraboloid onto z, z is equal to 0 plane, would be a circle only, right? So suppose you are holding up a torch here. So if you light up this torch from above onto this, so whatever is the shadow of this paraboloid over here onto this xy plane, so it would be this, and it would be a circle, right? So this represents d here, and it is the limits in x and y planes. So this is another option that is correct with us. So let's have a look at our options. So here you can see square root of 1 plus 4x square plus y square dx dy is the correct option. So obviously this is incorrect. So we have two correct options here. One is option number A and one is option D. So I hope this question is clear to you.